Hey guys, this is William. I was recently contacted by Jessica concerning her 7-year-old son who was diagnosed with severe autism and ADHD. According to Jessica, her son can often be very hard to understand and very extreme. He is either very sweet or he is mean and hateful. And Jessica would like advice on how to raise him to be the best version of himself. So, Jessica, I want to thank you so much for reaching out to me with your question and for your generous payment. And so, here is my advice to your question. If your son ever resorts to screaming or having a meltdown, try and remain calm. If you respond with any type of reaction or emotion, chances are that you're going to magnify the problem. I would also make sure that the area he's having a meltdown in, that he's safe and that he's not harming himself or anybody else. And then it comes down to the scope of the problem. Now, you say that he can be very hard to understand. I know from my own personal experiences that when I feel like I am not being understood or listened to or ignored, I get very worked up inside my mind, and I just cannot help but emotionally overact towards that. That's just my way of like feeling overwhelmed with emotions or overstimulated, and it's me trying to get it all out. And it's because I'm so desperate to at least be heard or listened to by somebody and acknowledged. So if he ends up doing that, I would be empathetic towards him. I would also assure him that he is okay and that he is loved. And then if he starts to calm down a bit, maybe offer him some fidget toys. Don't force them into his hand, but just offer them. And then maybe consider doing like an activity with him daily just to, help him reduce his stress levels. I did see on YouTube that there are some videos on yoga for kids, so maybe consider doing some of those with him or maybe going for a walk with him. Just anything that's extracurricular to help him, sweat off the endorphins. As you continue to raise him, it's important for you to bear in mind that you are probably going to be one of the most important people that he's going to look up to. So therefore, you need to be mindful of how you are behaving. Be what you want your kids to be. So in other words, try modeling the behavior that you want him to implement and see if you can connect him with kids his age that he could model off of, or if he has other people around that he can look up to and model off of. That's always been one of the things that has helped me learn, is when I have somebody with more experience to model off of. Be sure to also praise him for his efforts, and if you can, offer him rewards, because positive reinforcement can go a long way in a child's learning. If he's doing something that he should not do, just gently redirect him. Don't jump at him or react towards that. Just calmly redirect him away from that. Try to avoid making sudden changes in his daily routine or as he carries out his day, because children with autism don't often, respond to change like a typical person would, and they have an uneasy reaction towards that. So instead, you want to kind of help him prepare for that change, help him transition into the next phase, maybe give him like a heads up about what it is you're going to do. And I would also encourage you to make use of visuals to help instruct him. And also, if you're talking to him, maybe try to break your words and your sentences down to smaller words or shorter sentences, so that he does not feel like he is feeling like too much information is being fed into him, so that it's not hard for him to retain that. You also want to try to eliminate as many distractions as you can and allow him to take breaks as needed. Now, it's also important for you to bear in mind that he's going to run into a lot of uneasy situations where you will have to be his advocate. So it's very important that you keep in contact with the school staff to ensure that he is safe and that he's being treated well and educated well. And I'm not saying hover over him 24/7 like a helicopter mom, because children don't often learn very well when their parents are constantly hovering over him. You have to let him take the fall sometimes. You have to let him fall and learn from his mistakes. And it's your job to be there for him when he falls. So I hope that my advice to you was helpful. And if you feel like I'm missing anything or if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you so much.